last stream, I just mentioned this real quick. Last stream, concerned about WeTransfer using your images. Believe it or not, when they were being transferred from point to point, there was kind of stuff in the press at the time that, you know, maybe that they were using images for AI farming or whatever it was that they were doing. I forget now. It was like a month or so ago. Vlad mentioned this. I think a couple of other people mentioned this to me as well. But Swiss transfer. So this is what I use now. Seems to actually have more features for free than WeTransfer, and yeah, seems pretty good. So if you do use WeTransfer at the moment, I know a bunch of you use Dropbox, but yeah, I haven't used Dropbox in forever. But yeah, check these out, and yeah, I know Vlad put me onto them, and they seem like they know what they're doing. Yeah. Who uses WeTransfer, or are you using Dropbox, or are you using Google Drive? Like, what are people using to send images, or do you have some specific client that you use? Alan says, I use Transfer Now. So is that another company, is it? Use Google Drive, sorry. Is Transfer Now a company? Okay. I'll have a look. Very nice for now. I'll have a look. I haven't actually heard of these guys. Yeah. Do you know what? There was the controversy with WeTransfer and the AI thing, right? Yeah. Was everybody? Terry says he's used Google Drive. Yeah. Kat says use Google Drive, but apparently I shouldn't. What's wrong with Google Drive, Kat? I know what you mean though, Kat, because I was like that with WeTransfer, and it was definitely like apparently I shouldn't use WeTransfer now. I wasn't up to date on the latest thing. Yeah. As Paul says, we use WeTransfer for our tiny adventure side of things, and then use PickTime for everything else. Why do you use two separate platforms then, Paul? Is it just because WeTransfer allows longer or what? Yeah. Sin says Dropbox or LR or Lightroom. LR? What's LR? Google Drive, but trialing Pixie Set. Okay, so I was having a look at Pixie Set the other day, Raz, for one of the guys that I do some training with, and it seems pretty good, man. It seems, I signed up for a free account just so I could kind of get my feet wet with it, and it seemed pretty good. Does anybody else use Pixie Set? So this is good for fine. Like if you're doing like a photo shoot for like senior portraits, is what I was looking at it for, and then just like family portraits or anything where you've just got a ton of images that you want the client to see pretty quickly, right? So you just buzz them all in here, they get a passcode and that sort of stuff, and then they can. It's all like very clean, pretty quick. Simple for everybody to use. It kind of tracks what the customers are looking at, so you can see what they've downloaded, and you as the photographer get kind of a decent amount of information as to what people are kind of drawn to and that sort of stuff as well, which I thought was kind of nice. But yeah, it seemed pretty solid. Like I said, I hadn't heard of it until recently. Yeah. What's the pricing on this? So we got 3 gigs for free and then $8 a month for 10 gigs. Okay, so they got a lot of different tiers there. Okay, yeah. Unlimited galleries. So you can have unlimited galleries on the free one. That's interesting. Okay, but you can't connect to your website. Okay, so fair. All right. Let's see, we got here. So Raz talking about Pixie Set, yeah. So Jamie says this file transfer service is very much like making love to a beautiful woman. Thanks for that, Jamie. I can't believe I just read that. Cass has been told using Google Drive is risky for doxing. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I could potentially see that, but yeah, I mean, I guess you could say that for anything, but yeah. What keyboard are you using? It's very mechanical. It's one that I picked up in Hong Kong. It weighs a ton. Oh. But yeah, it is one of those old mechanical ones. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Sin says, "Oh, Lightroom Adobe." Oh, so you're using Adobe? Oh, okay. I hadn't thought about that, Sin. Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Yeah. So Lizzie says she used Google Drive. Now so Kat says I still use Google Drive, but for different address than my main one. Okay, I mean that works, right? Just TA is a franchise that allows how set up to be done. Maple and Fleur is for everything else. Okay, Paul. Okay, fair. Okay, yeah. Choices use SlickPick for proof galleries, Drive for file download. Jesus, man, I haven't heard any of these. SlickPick. I gotta be careful how I type that one out, for Christ's sake. Terry, you're not you. Terry, come on now. You're being. I thought Terry was baiting me then. Okay, so what are these guys doing then? Build your portfolio website for you. Okay. Oh look, okay, so they got the big boys on there. All right, okay. All right. Where's your site, Paul? What's going on? Terry, even. Where's yours? What's their pricing on them? Such as galleries, $5 a month. If you want the pro website, $20 a month. Okay. Drive for file downloads. Google Drive. Yeah. Okay. So Leo says using Pixieset for years now. Okay. Mostly for weddings and such. Yeah, it's gonna be great for weddings. I can see that, Leo, for sure. Yeah. It's expensive but extremely fast and beautiful. Does it get pricey? Does it? I mean, I suppose. I mean, yeah. If you want raw photo support, you've got to be spending $25 a month, $24 a month. Yeah. I mean, if it works, then how difficult would it be to switch off of Pixieset, Leo? So I guess my point is, so you're saying you've been using it for years, right? And look, let's be honest. I mean, I don't know your business model, but for the most part, in my experience, once a shoot is done, and I don't know, maybe your business model is different, but once a photo shoot is done, I very rarely, if ever, sell any work after the shoot, right? So, how long are you keeping images up on Pixieset, which I presume is what you're doing, right? You're keeping them up there for what, forever? 6 months? A year? How hard would it be to switch companies? Because the next client you do, you just give them a new link to the new site. Would it be a major issue to switch clients? I'm just kind of curious. Yeah. So Jamie says prefer WeTransfer as it's more a fire and forget. True, yeah. Over Dropbox, which is share. Yeah, I haven't used Dropbox in like forever, man. Yeah, which is share and forget to remove files. Let date. Exactly. Yeah. I went on there the other day for something. I think somebody sent me something via Dropbox. And I was like, Jesus Christ, have I even still got an account? Oh. Exactly, Jamie. Yeah. Whereas I like how you can see the images rather than getting a list like Google Drive. Okay. Yeah, true. Also, you can password protect and allow a client to buy images because it's good. Okay. Fair. Yeah. Sure, we can create a gallery like this in there as well. Not as pretty though. Okay. We also use SmugMug. Yeah, SmugMug's another good option as well. I haven't because they've been toiling away in the background for a while. Yeah, and because SmugMug bought Flickr, right? It's just kind of yeah. I can't remember years. I wonder how they compare to Pixieset, SmugMug. Yeah. Leo says you want to go really cheap and a bit tinkery, you can also look at single file PHP gallery, rather than hard to customize, but free if you already have a page server. Okay, so if you know what you're doing, Leo, okay, good shout. All right, yeah, I mean, that's definitely not for me. No, I'd certainly just want something that is kind of easy for sure. And I got to be honest, yeah, I just send over the files. I don't, yeah, like for clients, and like I'm not doing the portrait stuff like I used to. So it's more sort of major clients where the people who are buying the images are not in the images. Do you know what I mean? Maybe it's kind of different if you're the person spending and you're in the images. It's a very different mindset, right? So my clients are not in the images, so I just kind of send them the images to go through, and then yeah, and it's just kind of done a little bit more raw than that. I don't have a nice gallery that they can kind of look at, you know. So Alan says, the problem I have with Dropbox is I expect them to save the pictures when I delete their files. The problem I have with Dropbox is I expect them to save the pictures when I delete their files. They used to ask me to share again. I got used to. That's true, Alan. Yeah, I know. Yeah, and you know, a lot of people a lot of photographers that I know like stipulate 6 months. Boom, that's it, and then it's gone. Look, maybe you could tweak that. Like, you could probably go 2 months, 3 months, something like that. You know, you could probably bring that down. Yeah. So Brad says allow clients to buy. Sounds interesting for event stuff. Romanians would just screenshot. Just to be clear, Vlad's not being racist there. Vlad is Romanian. Clearly mechanical and beautiful. I think they're talking about my keyboard. Yeah, I guess old mechanical, like a DSLR. Oh, shots fired, Paul, man. Come on, Jesus. I'm transferring files. I'm not sending them on a CD anymore. Yeah. James says, went to your best mate's place today, essential photo, had to take back an item, ordered a C-stand, but got a heavy duty boomer instead. Didn't receive an offer to use their gear. I'm sorry you had to send something back, man. That sucks. Yeah. Terry is not special enough for their feature, but I use it for website and hosting too, and it's like $350 a year. Okay, and that seems pretty good. Do you know what? I have no clue what I pay Squarespace a year. I mean, that's one of those things where they've kind of got you by the short and curlies, right? I mean, I've got well over a decade's worth of articles and blogs and all that sort of stuff on there. Like, I don't look at the price now. I mean, what am I going to do? Yeah, I just got to pay it. Yeah. I'd be interested to see how many pages and images and words are on my website. I mean, because every article I put out is 5,000 words plus. I mean, there's got to be a lot of stuff over the last 10, 15 years up there. Yeah. I use Smash. I've not heard of them either. It's unlimited compared to WeTransfer. Okay. Which it just gets 50 gigs, but I do have to subscribe. But I also use Amazon Photos, which is part of the Prime subscription. Okay. You guys are desperate to get me caught here. Smash. What photo? Smash is a photo transfer that specializes in sending large files, including photos without size limits. Okay. Okay, pretty simple, right? I'll have a look at that. All right. Not heard of them either. All right. I mean, I'm learning loads tonight, guys. Keep it coming. Yeah. Where do I get to? Smug Mug aren't cheap now unless you're on an old contract. Yeah. I do remember that being the case. Yeah. So Miko says I'm using WordPress plugin called Pico. Free pro version, cost proof galleries. Yeah, I could never get on with WordPress personally. I know people swear by it. Yeah. Zip disks, Paul. Now you're speaking my language. You remember that? Like, zip disks were a big deal, man. 100 megabytes, although it was never 100 megabytes. You got like 91. But yeah, so zip disks were just like massive kind of thick floppy disks. That, yeah, I mean, there's no other way to describe them, really. Yeah, zip disks were like, those things were nuts, man. You had to buy the iOmega zip zip drive, plug that bad boy in. Yeah, that's the thing with digital data like that. I think over time they just corrupted. I had all my art college, kind of BA projects on zip disks, and I could never read them again. Yeah, it's crazy, man. That's the thing with modern delivery devices or storage devices, is that they do degrade over time, right? Even CDs, like, people didn't really think too much about this at the time, because it's like, oh, it doesn't matter. But 6 years have CDs have a shelf life of like 6 years or something. It's not long before the data on them is kind of corrupted and breaks down, and that's the proper CDs. I'm not talking about the rewritable ones that were not long at all, and that data is kind of gone forever, man. It's wild. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. I just remember got a thing about not safe for work images. Is that right, Sin? So you can't do like boudoir stuff and that sort of thing, or is it boudoir is okay but no nipples? What's the deal with? Yeah. You got the email. You have to pass with the galleries. Okay. Floppy disk so long ago. There is a lot of mature and very wise people in this chat. Sin says, love my zip drive. Yeah, it's a few of you in here who've been doing this a long time, man. Paul says all my galleries are set to links so they're not public. Yeah, okay, yeah. The disc with the size of a Kit Kat and almost as thick. That's a good reference point, Sin. Yeah. The amount of storage paranoia to lose them haunts us forever. It is cat. Yeah, I mean, I used to be super diligent, right, years ago. So you should just turn your ears off now. Don't listen to this. I used to be super diligent. It would be stuff was saved on site, be a hard drive off site, and then it would be stored in the cloud. All that has just gone out the window now. If there's more than one backup, if it's a current job, then obviously I'll have a backup of a current job until it's delivered. Once it's delivered, I gotta be honest with you, it's just on a hard drive, and I just move on. I don't know. Yeah. It's just I used to be so diligent with it. You'd just be sending just bloody terabytes of data up into the cloud on that initial was it Backblaze I think I used, or Backup Plan, or another one. Yeah, they would like the do people still do that now? Like back up to the cloud? They back up everything to the cloud? I mean, Paul, you've got a busy business there with clients. You got a decent turnover of clients coming in there. Are you sending all this stuff to the cloud? Because it would be, I mean, just stuff uploading overnight constantly, right? Yeah. Mature and wise is one way to put it. His cat is, yeah. Paul, wow, fair. I have at least 3 physical backups and then 2 on the cloud. Okay, so Paul, yeah. So look, like, do what Paul does, for Christ's sake. Yeah, don't listen to me. Yeah. I'm not sure. Think they demand not safe for work images are kept in hidden folders. Remember someone mentioning it. Never used it myself. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. Jimmy says have a backup drive. Looking at a proper DAS. Yeah. But I also use Backblaze. It's recommended by a mutual friend. Renee Robin. Yeah, that's Backblaze is old school, man. So do you use it? Like, who's backing up to the cloud? I mean, because years ago it would just be a constant thing. I know years ago I was shooting way more than I could upload to the cloud, so it was kind of redundant. Like the system, you just have a tower just constantly sending stuff to the cloud, and it just never caught up, right? In those early digital days, it was crazy. This is before fiber optics and that sort of stuff, and you were just shooting way more than you could actually put up there. So it was just kind of redundant. Yeah, got to go, but. Looking for the stream. Yeah, thanks, Kat. Take care, mate. Take care, yeah. Backblaze has often saved me more on occasions than I want to admit. Dude, if it's working for you, man, yeah, good stuff. I didn't even know it's still going, yeah.